My background is in broadcast telecommunications. So I came from the analog world into the digital world and was having a great deal of difficulty. I've got a production company that also does musical production and concerts, and I do work on environmental projects. So it was really important for me to be able to get a grassroots reach, to reach out to people and have one-on-one communications. And as I developed my company, I worked with various graphics people and discovered there was a language that I didn't understand, and that tools had evolved past what I knew in computers, and it was running way, way ahead of me. And it was basically impossible for me to get my job done that I wanted to do with my business. So actually the printer that I work with suggested that I come to New Horizons. And I came in and was very fortunate to find, Vonne Smith teaching the entire Adobe suite. And I signed up for the full year training, which means you can retake the classes, which is really, really important, because not only do you get the individual experience of each class, you get the experience of how each of these programs in the Adobe suite works together to create what is now the digital age. I did this on my own and have learned, teach an old dog new tricks. I've been in an industry my entire life, and as it's evolved, I've evolved with it. And this was absolutely the essential thing to do, because without this, I was shut out. I was locked out of my own industry, my own business. I've got a few artists that work under my record label, and I now not only take the photos, which in the old days were analog, I take the digital photos and work them through Photoshop, and then I take that and working along with Photoshop and Illustrator, I'm able to create the text, the apps, the design, the entire program, so that I can create album covers, all the text, all the printed materials, and in that way I'm able to create posters for the artists, and then get into the web work where I can list their information on websites, web design, and apply that into all the internet applications, where you can get them a Facebook site and you can get them their own website, and then look at how you integrate that into a business model. So you can work with server providers that can get you your credit card point of purchase, and the ability to understand this industry at that level. It's the same business, but now that business lives at a virtual level in its own virtual world. And if you don't basically use the tools that New Horizons gives you to access that passport that gives you the ability to live in that world, you're closed out. So it's an imperative. And what's the quickest way I can learn the Adobe suite? What's the quickest way I can see the interrelation between these products? And it's to come to New Horizons and go to the Adobe suite training and meet with the excellent instruction that Vonne Smith gives us. And it's just an incredible experience. It certainly changed my life and the opportunities that I was looking for. How can I say it's a real essential tool, and the way New Horizons delivers that tool is what is important, because you have people in businesses that have to release people for brief periods of time and let them get that exposure and understand, and then come back and they're working with a tool, and now by orders of magnitude they can reutilize it, because the people here that give the instruction really understand all of the different ways to utilize those tools. And most times when you're working with especially a graphics program, you find one path in and one path out. Hey, it works, don't break it. But you're denying yourself hundreds of different sort of ways to reapply those applications. And that's how you can fall behind. Just like the revs come out, if you don't learn and diversify yourself with the tools, you fall behind. And that lowers your value in the marketplace. So it's to keep your value, you need to have the broadest, most to the edge of the box or out of the box ability, and that's what you can get at New Horizons.